Hi, YouTubers. Welcome back. My name is Natalka, and today I have a strawberry mojito pie to show you guys. So, last year, as you guys know, I tried out for a pie contest and I didn't win. Oh, I know. I'm so disappointed. That's okay. I'm going to try it again this year, but I'm going to start practicing now and trying to figure out what I want to make. So, strawberries was one of the categories last year, and strawberries are in season right now. So, I thought now is a good time to start practicing and see what I can come up with and fix any of my errors that I may have made in last year's pies. So, today is a strawberry mojito pie. We'll see how it turns out. It sounds like it's going to be delicious, so let's give it a try. Let's start baking. All right, so I have probably about 4 of these like pint-sized baskets of strawberries that I've already washed. They're sitting in my colander, as you can see. And all I'm going to do is cut off the tops and cut them into fairly large pieces and put them in a big bowl. Works out to be about 4 to 6 cups of them once they've been chopped. Then you're just going to set the bowl aside for a few minutes. All right, so next you need a couple sprigs of mint. I have strawberry mint growing in my garden, so that's what I'm using today. You can just use regular mint, or if you have mojito mint growing, I would suggest using that. And you're going to pick off all the little leaves and put them in a bowl. And then you're going to add about a half a cup of sugar to it. And you are going to muddle it all together or squish it all together, kind of grind it all up together. I'm also going to add the zest from one lime to it as well. And you're just going to, the reason you're muddling this all together is to really work the oils out of the lime zest and out of those mint leaves to get the sugar really infused with those flavors. All right, so now you're going to add the sugar to your strawberries. Then you're going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of white rum. That is completely optional. You don't have to add it. You could also add a little bit more, a little bit less. It's to your liking. I'm also adding the juice from the one lime that I zested. If you find it is not a strong enough flavor, you could zest and juice a second lime and add that to it as well. Same as adding more mint. If you want to add more mint to really help those flavors become robust and really come out, add a little bit more if you'd like. All right, so after you mix it all together, then you're going to cover your bowl of strawberries and you're going to let them sit and basically marinate in those flavors and let them all meld together. All right, so my strawberries have been sitting for a little while and they're really juicy. Now I'm going to get the thickening agent ready. So I am mixing together 3 tablespoons of cornstarch with 3 tablespoons of flour and just a pinch of salt. And I'm going to whisk that all together. Then what I'm going to do is take the juice from the strawberries and I'm going to add it into this little bowl. I don't want to just dump all this flour and cornstarch into the strawberries because it's just going to get all clumpy and it's not going to mix in well. So I'm just going to take the juice from the strawberries and pour it into the flour and the cornstarch and make something that's a little bit thinner than a paste. I want it to be easy to pour, and this way it's not going to get all clumpy. So once you've added all that juice into your flour and cornstarch, then you can pour it over top of your strawberries and mix it all in. And this is what's going to help your pie thicken once it cooks and cools. All right, so for the pie dough, in my mixing bowl, I've already whisked together 4 cups of flour, 4 tablespoons of sugar, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and now I'm adding 1.5 cups of cold chopped up lard. It's in small pieces and it is cold because it'll bake better when it's cold. All right, so then you're going to put it all onto your mixing stand and you're going to let it mix until it has a crumbly texture. Then I'm adding just a splash of butter flavoring, a splash of vanilla, and then to make the dough all come together, I'm going to very slowly pour in ice cold water. Yes, ice in the water, not just tap cold. All right, and you're only going to pour in enough water until your dough comes together and is sticky. Then you're going to take it out, put it on a floured work surface, and you're going to knead it a little bit until it is a smooth ball of dough. Once you reach that consistency, I have taken the dough and cut it into 4 fairly equal pieces. And then I'm going to take one of those pieces, actually 2 of them, and I'm going to roll them all out and put them in the bottom of my pie shell in my pie plate, as you see here. I made 2 of them. Now I'm just going to take all my strawberries that we made, and I'm going to just kind of divide it between the 2 pies. Try not to add too much of the juice that they're sitting in. You want more of the strawberries, less of the juice, because the juice will bake and bubble over the pie and make a mess in your oven. So try not to put too much juice in them. Once your pies are filled with your strawberries, then you're going to take the rest of your pie dough and you're going to put it on top of your pie however you would like to. For me, I decided to do like the lattice on top of these pies. So I cut them into strips. I'm putting them on my pie, and then I'm just going to weave other strips in between them. And that leaves lots of like air vents. So all the steam inside the pie has somewhere to escape. And hopefully this will look absolutely beautiful when it's all done. You don't have to do the lattice work. You could also just cover it in a sheet of pie dough. Just remember to add some little vent holes in it. Decorate it however you want. All right, so then I'm going to just squish down the sides of my pies. I'm going to squish them. I'm going to use a fork to do it, and then I'm just going to cut off the excess. All right, so while my oven is preheating to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, I have 1 egg and a teaspoon of water mixed together, and I'm going to put this egg wash over top of my pie dough. And this just helps make it look all sort of glossy-ish, super golden and pretty. It's for aesthetics. Okay, so put your egg wash on. I'm also going to add some really, really coarse sugar on top just to add a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of crunch on top of it for when it comes out. That's optional. You don't have to sprinkle sugar on top if you don't want to. All right, so my recommendation is definitely put your pie on a baking sheet, because I can almost guarantee that this is going to bubble over as it cooks, and it's going to spill over the sides, all the juice will, and make a mess in your oven. So put it on something that will catch that and not make a mess for you. The other thing is my bottoms of my pie crust never seem to fully cook. So I would recommend covering your pie in tin foil completely, the whole top of it. Bake it covered like that for about 30 to 40 minutes or so until the bottom, if you have a glass pie plate, you should be able to see how the bottom is looking. And then uncover it and bake it just until it's golden brown. Anyway, this is how it should turn out when it comes out of your oven. You're going to let it cool until it's almost completely cold, and that's just enough time to let your pie filling thicken. All right, you guys, so the pie itself looks like it turned out absolutely amazing. It did overflow a little bit. I had too much liquid in it, so it all bubbled over. I do that almost every time I make a pie like this. Whether it's strawberries or blueberries, it always bubbles over. I always put too much liquid in it. But it's set. It's not all runny, so that's a bonus. I think it turned out quite well. It smells amazing. It smells like a mojito, a strawberry mojito. I love how the crust on top turned out. I'm glad I did sort of that like basket weave type crisscross on top. I think it's beautiful. And I'm glad I put the little bit of sugar on top as well. I don't know if it's a sugar or a sprinkle. It's just a really, really coarse sugar. So I just sprinkled it on top. Totally don't have to do that. That is optional. But let's give it a try. I haven't even tasted it yet. It's delicious. It kind of does taste like a strawberry mojito. I definitely could have punched up the flavor a little bit more. I think it needs more of the strawberry mint put in. It wasn't strong enough. I could definitely add a little bit more rum in there. Again, that is optional, but I will put more rum in it. Yeah, I just think it needs a little bit more of everything in it. More lime, more of the mint, more of the rum. I also have an issue with the bottom of all of my pie crust not cooking enough. I don't know what to do or how to fix that. I have tried a couple different things like baking your pie on a pizza stone in your oven. That doesn't work. I've tried baking it on the lowest rack and it doesn't seem to do much either. I don't know what to do other than maybe if I start pre-baking it, but then when you go to put the top crust on your pie, it's not going to squish together because your bottom part of your pie is already baked. So I'm at a loss on this one. I don't know what to do or how to fix that. So any advice you can give me on how to make the bottom part of my pie crust better, I would love some advice. Please send me advice. So the next pie contest is should be in October. So I have, July, August, September to be practicing. So send me your advice, please. Okay. Besides that, this is fantastic. And I can't wait to put a scoop of ice cream on this. Remember to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell. This turned out really, really well. I'm so happy I made it. Delicious. Nice and summery. I think I might just keep working on this one for the pie contest. It's a good one. So thank you guys for joining me today. Summer is finally here. So what are you guys all making for fun summer dishes? I would love to know. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys all for joining me. I will see you guys all next week.